Hello everybody, Hassan here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I want to talk about NTLA Therapeutics basically raising cash to the public markets yesterday, and the stock barely moved. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about how early we are in genome editing and this new era that NTLA and the rest have started. Before we do that, guys, please like this video, smash that like button. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, really helps this channel, guys. The support has been amazing. The feedback, I want to hear about you guys in the comments section. I always read all the comments. I try to respond to each of them. So thank you very much for the support, guys. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell, guys. Our video gets to you faster that way. So thank you very much for the support, guys. So this is going to be a quick video today. I just wanted to go over this press release from Intellia. This was basically published yesterday afternoon, and they basically have now they went on to raise $400 million worth of shares in the public stock, right? Public markets, right? And basically before this move, this company had $600 million in cash balance, right? What does this mean, right? What does this mean? This means that they have $600 million that they can literally burn for R&D expenses, for G&A expenses, for other related expenses, right? And we know these companies, they don't have commercial products. They are heavy dependent on burning for expenses, which what that means is that they need to have cash in the balance sheet, right? And this is why they raise money from the public markets. This is why they build partnerships. This is why they get some sort of revenue through partnerships and so on, right? We saw it with CRISPR Therapeutics revising their partnership with Vertex on CTA001. Obviously, Antilia got some sort of revenue from Regeneron as well for NTLA 2001 and other programs. So extremely necessary to have cash on the balance sheet. However, $600 million cash balance sheet, considering this company burned about 50, a little bit less, $1 million per quarter. So $50 million per quarter, if you times that by four, because there's 4 quarters in a year, that's about $200 million in cash. That's needed really to run this company. Obviously, the expense grow over time as well. You have uh, more personnel, more programs to implement, more expenses to cover. So let's go about 50 to 60 million, right? But let's if we simplify this, right, 50 million, that means that with the cash balance they currently had before raising this money yesterday, that's about 3 years of expenses that they could technically cover, right? Assuming there's no single revenue coming in, assuming there's no public offering. Obviously, they just raised 400 million, so that puts them over $1 billion, right? $1 billion in cash balance, which is amazing, guys. Again, you have to think about that 50 million figure per quarter, 200 million per year in terms of expenses. Obviously, that number will grow, but guys, that technically means that they can go about 5 years go, guys, 4 to 5 years burning cash, implementing programs, allowing R&D to do what they're best at, and basically have little to no stress about money, right? And this is amazing, right? This is what you want to see in this space. You want to see these revolutionary companies not being held back, right? If you need to hire more, you hire more. If you need to invest more, you invest more in your R&D, right? This is what it's about. This is how you push innovation forward, right? You have to invest, right? This is the story behind Tesla early days. This is the story behind Amazon early days. And all these big tech companies, they all had to be very expense oriented on the early days because the commercial side of things wasn't necessarily developed yet, just like what we're seeing from these genome editing companies, right? So this is great news. And really, not last note on this point is that the moment they announced this, the stock is still up 2% today, guys. This is amazing, right? This is not something that's popular, right? When you have these types of offering, usually you see a stock being tanked or being hit hard because you're basically diluting your outstanding shares, the existing shareholders. But this is just amazing. This shows the bullish sign. This shows people are really rallying behind this company. And I wanted to make a quick note again that we are so early in this space, guys. Genome editing, I heard some stories of people saying, hey, don't get into this space, it's up 50%, forget about it, just wait it out, play how to see it. And again, we don't provide financial advice, but Like the CEO of Beam Therapeutics mentioned, John Evans, we are in the 80s of computing when it comes to genomics, when it comes to gene editing. We are so early, right? Imagine in the 80s, instead of investing in 1982, you said, you know what, we're way too far deep. Let me just wait it out and see how it plays, right? Just imagine that mentality, right? And this is the mentality you have to adopt for these types of innovation, these types of technologies. We are so early, right? There is so much ground to cover. This company just published phase one clinical trial data on 3 humans, right, with high dosage, and that's it. And the stock went up 50%, right? What happens when they go phase two? What happens when FDA approves CTX001 or another CRISPR program in any of these companies, right? Whether that's CRISPR Therapeutics, Beam Therapeutics, NTLA, Editas. What happens when the FDA lowers delays, lower the cost, increases the opportunities for all these companies, right? For genome editing companies to really flourish, right, in this space, right? What happened when many more big pharma companies start building partnerships, and what really happens when big tech companies starts favoring these companies, these revolutionary companies? So guys, there's so much ground to cover, so much work to be done. We are so early. Just, I understand people are short term. I understand people are looking for the next 3 4 5 months, but think long term, guys. That's all I wanted to say, right? We are so early, and many people say it. It's not just me, it's CEOs, Dr. David Arlieu, even Emmanuel Charpentier, even Jennifer Doudna, the two Nobel Prize winners, few months last year. Even they say it. We are so early, guys. So early, so much room to cover, much work to be done. Great news from Antilia in the past weekend. This is amazing. Keep your eyes on this space, guys. It's growing. This is what we want to see. So thank you very much for watching. Like this video if you found value. Subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see each other in the next video. Thank you very much. Have a great week. Thank you.